Civis Pacem.
Hello, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. This revision is called Mushroom Season, as we lacked, well, a good name, and we had to find one. And you can also argue that it was Mushroom Season because we picked up a lot of small stuff at the end.
Very
Yeah,
thin story. Very thin story.
It is, but, you know,
Yeah, come on.
well,
The opening. Well, a completely new approach of mine. At first, building a lot of hestedi, however, to protect myself, to take away some exploiting room from you. Yeah, and that's it. And it's
And-
symmetrical.
And I lately am a big fan of, having a lot of units in between 2 and 4, and especially the Archer, and the Rider, so Sagittarius and Aquis.
Yeah, Sagittarius. Sorry.
We developed a little bit. If you're curious why we're just clicking through all the moves, there are a lot of them. So we better, keep the pace up.
Yeah. You can count. You can count out there. Maybe figure out the right amount. Well, Sagittari are very hard to figure out where they can go, where they are protecting, what they attack. And if you have so many of these here, it's almost impossible to see at once what's happening and what the enemy is up to.
Yeah, it's just annoying. But maybe that will come in the future that we pick this.
Yeah, and here's the first Aquis pointing directly through. There is no blockade. Well,
And let me pick this up. I'm attacking you.
yeah.
So you supposedly, you did something like that.
Yeah.
Simple stuff.
Yeah. Putting a block and solidifying this guy here. And you're completely going maniac mode.
Of course,
Hey, what?
No, we need a little bit of entertainment for you.
That's right. But a ballista can be a target.
It can, but you can target yourself things. The reason why this still is here is that this was not as good defended as this is. So if you look at it, 3 things are defending this guy. If you look at this one, well, he's barely protected at all. So
yeah. Yeah, and you were attacking here and here in this V shape, but both of the spots were completely protected here and here. So I was not really forced to do something about it, but I figured, hey, here's a fork, and a fork could be nice.
by the way, just a fun nugget of insight. If that would be the position, then I could take here. Because you can't harm this unit. So if you would attack it, then you would move. You wouldn't do that, because it's defended, but my idea was that I could take here. But that doesn't work, as taking here will make you still will not make you move.
Yeah.
You defend.
Okay.
Oh,
so you didn't
sorry.
Yeah, you were attacking and the first victims of the war. Yeah, you can go on. One move
Yeah,
further. Heh? Now,
sorry.
yeah, okay.
That
Okay.
is exactly, this is the reason why I did this. I hoped you would take here and I could then take here. You know,
Yeah, and you are forking me here.
yeah, but it isn't really a fork. So you might
Yeah,
notice that I lost three things.
yeah. 3
Uh,
units advantage now.
you know, shit happens, and you know, when you lose something, you've got to get a little bit of counterplay. You get to strike back somehow, and you should, well, you should better strike back immediately. So
Yeah.
I try to do exactly that. So
Yeah.
I attack this. You defend it.
Mhm.
Jesus. Oh no. Ha. I beat the ghost coin. Now I'm attacking here. Um,
And this guy is completely undefended at the moment. So I have definitely to do something about it. And well, this way I'm putting a unit that attacks you and it is protected. And you are instigating trouble here. Now the situation becomes very complex. What's the right move now?
I'm attacking here, I'm attacking there. You can take, but I would trade. And I think you traded here.
I guess yes. Mm.
But I really like this situation as I'm
Mm.
attacking here and
Still,
here.
still,
So I
this
think
is
you should have
moving.
done this immediately. But, you know. Oh, by the way, that
Yeah,
was
that
actually a very smart move. You attacked here. So I could have taken here, but you would have taken there. It would be fair. But
and if you move on from here to here, now this is still protected. You cannot move on from this spot. So yeah.
this is an in-between move. I
Mm.
attack this, I get this one out of the way, and so you have the same problems, and
And
I don't have these problems.
I'm going all in. Normally, an Equus directly in front or behind the enemy Tribune is not really valuable. But he can pose some threats. And at the moment, well, the Tribune cannot really take. If you take, why are you?
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
I'm just
yeah. Go on. Sorry
yeah. I
for
was explaining something. Uh, if the Tribune would take, then what? I would have an archer, and I could attack here, or I could take here, and so you wouldn't do that. At the moment, this Equus is completely safe, but maybe in the future this becomes an asset, and well, we will find out.
you attacked me.
Mhm.
I thought now for a little bit. I think yeah, you can see it on the clock. I
Mhm.
went back. There's no point in fighting like this. I thought a little bit about moving this Aquis to attack and
Mhm.
all of the crazy stuff with going here maybe even
Yeah,
flag.
this is very loose.
Um,
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't do it.
Let's keep up the pace.
Yes. So you did something over there, and I trapped your unit.
Yeah.
You can take here as it is defended by two things at once. You can take here, but I will take here. You have a status left, you know.
It's an equal trade.
It is, but I'll get this one in the long run. And if you go here, you die too. So
Yeah.
um, Don't do that.
Yeah, I took, and now maybe you didn't expect this, right?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I surrendered somehow, but still keeping an eye out on this escape road for the enemy Tribune. I wanted to squeeze you. Yeah, but you hunt directly after him.
And the thing is, all of his hexagons that he could possibly use are attacked, and he's too attacked. So he can only split up. Which is very unfortunate. And I have again an in-between move to attack this. Oh,
Now I have an in-between move, pressuring your Tribune.
This is also an in-between move, as if I take, you can only take 2 back. So
yeah, I was really contemplating taking this entire unit and then moving on with my initial plan of taking here, but somehow I didn't do it. And well, as you may have noticed, already I lost some of my advantage. I had 3 pieces up, but now it's just 1 piece up because I lost an status, and that's unfortunate.
It is, and
for me, not for you.
Of course. I'm now trying to do something along the lines of this.
Solidifying, attacking.
And if you would take this, I'm not even sure I would take back. I might go here.
Yeah, it's
just so
even
that
stronger.
You see it. This is annoying.
This is almost game over.
So that was my idea. Oh, interesting. Ah, yeah. This is also... You can take this. It's free. But...
Yeah.
So you can harm this.
Yeah, but then... Oh, sorry. But then
I
you're hitting
that,
here.
Yeah, I figured that would be a waste of a move. I didn't see a way to win, but it's very threatening.
And I was scared. Ballistaya, very, very surprising, menacing.
And here I even thought...
Oh, you took back?
I took back.
Yeah.
I will just show you what I saw. I saw a variation where I would take this. You can take 3, but that doesn't work, as I would attack you back. So
I
you
could
would
only take 2.
Yes, and so then I thought you could take... you could take here, I think.
No, the entire unit, yeah.
I thought I could do this. You can also take 3 now. But I figured that would be winning because of the combination of something along the lines of this.
But that wouldn't work. I could attack this one.
Yeah, but
this is better. Yeah.
Yeah, you can only go forward. I thought about these lines, but they didn't work. And so I attacked this hexagon. So that they would.
Yeah, and I was afraid again. Now, if you see what's happening here, every move I'm just trying to hold everything together because everything is crumbling apart. And this is very... no, it's not satisfactory what's happening here. I'm on the run, you're conducting, and this is normally my downfall.
By the way, here's a tough choice. What would you like? Either you can either step here and you'll probably die, or you can take 2. Oh no, not this. You can take 2 and lose 4, or you can take 3 and lose these 4. Now, what would you like to do? You have to decide. You took 3. Very tough choice, and well, I thought maybe this in the future.
And it was very clever from you to take with the Sagittarius from here, not with the Equus. The Equus I would have taken, you could have taken 3, I would recapture, threatening your ballista, and this was what was going on in my mind, and I was completely fine. But this move took me completely by surprise.
Yeah, because this one only harms the ballista in a way that it can't reattack.
Yeah. Okay, let's speed up again.
Yes.
Now,
so
counter-attacking, posing some problems on my own. And
about very clutch move.
yeah, but immediately you had to pull back your. But yeah, now
it's forced that you
it's
take.
forced. I had to take. Otherwise, I would have lost my entire ballista for free. So now it's a trade, and may we have a look on the counters? I'm down material. What happened? I was up 3 points and now I'm down 1, so I lost 4 pieces in a row.
By the way,
I'm an Equus.
Yes, and I couldn't understand why you did this, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah,
But,
maybe at the moment you're on the gray hexagons, I was hoping to get you there, pressure you somehow.
Well, here's how you defeat an Equus Tribune. So, first of all, you get your units out of the way of the enemy. You know? Simple.
Now you have to get your Tribune out of the way or out of the vicinity of my units.
This is very problematic, and I'll show you why I can't attack the Tribune right now. And that's a bummer, really, as you are threatening me to... you're threatening to do a lot of things. You can do this and attack this one.
Yeah, fork.
Take 3 things.
Yeah.
And attack here.
Yeah, fork you.
If I go here, you've the you have the same thing, but like this.
The other Equus.
If I go back, you do this.
Yeah.
And I really felt stupid here. Because if I hadn't done this, I could move there, and then this doesn't work.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Which is very funny, but
yeah, maybe we should all keep this in mind. This is a very clever type of what is it? Symmetry or moving patterns, completely board understanding.
Okay. So I brought this one out of the way, as you could only fork my Tribune and this Equus. You can't fork these 2, which is cool in and of itself. But you came, attacked me, and I pushed you.
And this was bad news. I didn't expect that. By what? Yeah. Okay. This is something I definitely have to remember the next time. It's so easy.
And it's a huge problem.
Repelled me completely. Now a symmetry.
And now I'm fine. See, the position before you did this was maybe a little frightening for me.
Okay.
You could you had all of these things that were not protected sufficiently. But now I don't also gain the control of my units.
Yeah, I should have attacked this one, then this one would have been loose. I could have taken it again and collecting all these spare parts of your army.
And the worst thing is, you can't really move. If you look at the possible hexagons that this Tribune can go to, well, you can go here and here. Everything else is covered.
Yeah.
Which is why this unit is so bad.
Yeah. Come on. Full
I could
throttle.
have even gone here, but I suppose I did not think about this move. So unfortunate. This would have been way better, but we will now see a ballista.
Yeah, I thought by combining the dark hexagons or the dark color complex, I get some time, some tempo, because you had all your units on the gray hexagons, but you see how fast you completely, changed everything. Yeah, you changed everything, and now you're in the dark hexagons.
By the way, we're shuffling here, so I hoped that you would make a mistake. I made the mistake, sadly. So in this position, you're attacking this. Well, didn't see it.
Yeah, now I'm changing the color complex again.
But I'm now trying.
Yeah.
And so
to prevent this, total confusion.
But this gives me time, and I manage to go here. So this one from here went to here, and this is very bad. Because he's better on this hexagon. And he suffocates the enemy Tribune now.
Yeah. No, you're stepping closer, ever closer. It's a whoop, whoop, whoop.
And I really thought I had you here, and we both thought that going here would win, but it doesn't. If you take, we both thought you could do this, double attack.
Yeah.
But it's a ballista.
Yeah.
Can take here. So I didn't play it for that reason. And I went here. The point being that I want to go here.
And this was a moment to take some breath and grab the opportunity to become a ballista, because this field, Centuria, sorry, because this field is not protected by your side, and you cannot protect it at the moment. And now I'm the big boy. Huh? What happened here? Some somersaulting. Okay. A nice one.
Yeah, you went to the gym lately.
Yeah, well, very good in shape here.
So after these backflips, we're arriving at this position, where I'm trying to shield you off. And this is quite interesting. These 3 units just make it impossible for you to move. You can move here and here, here and here, but all other movement, well, all of the hexagons are blocked.
Yeah. So and now let's see. I was trying to get another unit into account, but this is disgusting.
This is very important. This is defending here. He is defending here, and he is defending here. So this is like a loop. You can think of it.
And I was convinced that this unit is threatened by this servus, and it's not.
And so
anyway,
And so these loops are, well, invincible if there's a Centuria Tribune or any kind of Tribune, as everything is always protected. So this isn't a threat. And
Yeah, but you still had to watch out for this one. This guy is very important in your attack pattern.
yeah, but it's again a ring,
Mm.
as we've described
Yeah,
it. You're
this is here and attacking and protecting and protecting. It's a
and
neatly web.
so your job is, as the attacking player, to pry away the defenses. So the enemy has 5 pieces.
And have a look.
You,
We're even in material.
yeah, but
Sorry.
you just ate 7 of them.
Yeah.
So first thing you have to do, get the Centuria Tribune away. So you would like him to be here.
Completely.
That's your first objective.
Yeah.
Second objective, make all the enemy's units useless. They may not move.
Or kill them.
Yeah, or that. And if you want to be very certain that you win, kill all of them.
And take care, in this position, this is not only a threat of 1, but a threat of 9, because the Tribune would participate in the attack, or 11, okay. So you had to do something, and you did.
Yeah, so I'm again having this ring.
Yeah. Still keeping an eye here, attacking me.
And you went here in order to protect this, but I have the very nice move attacking you like this. You can go 1 down now. You went there, but it doesn't really matter. I'm winning this.
Yeah.
And so these can't do a thing anymore. Well, they're stuck. And you killed this one. I'm defending that, so no problem there. And well, you did your thing and I did my thing.
We're dancing around.
By the way,
not so many ways. It's taking too much time.
Yes, but you really don't want to this to happen. So just watch that this won't happen. If it does, you're probably screwed. No, I did my thing.
But I did not believe that this would be sufficient. I don't know. I think I cannot attack from this side.
So now your objective is getting away from the enemy and getting all your troops together and well coordinated.
Yeah.
So I have this blob in front of me that defends me like a shield. Now I'm giving this one a turn.
And this is so nice about Tribun. It's like a real army. Yeah, you have your spearsmen and your slaves with the clubs in their hands, and they are protecting their Tribune.
Yeah.
And now comes the big brother. Oh dear. And hey, you can always go for an exchange. You just lose pieces. I'm losing my head.
Yeah, and so I'm now trying to attack you.
And you do.
And moving around in ways that I eventually get all my pieces coordinated. So very important, this one is in the center. So that my Centuria can walk around me. And this one is just trying to pose problems.
And you may split up to the proper units in the right moment. You just have to wait for this moment to happen.
And so we will
And
see
you did
this.
it very good. Here, oh, what a transformation.
Getting
Nice.
closer, if you watch closely,
Yeah.
Aqueous Centuria, the Aqueous teleports over to here,
Yeah,
basically.
very decent move.
And the Centuria is just blocking all these hexagons.
Yeah.
Oh, I went here, and
Yeah.
the game ended here. You might as well pause. We'll give you 3 seconds. So
Yeah.
3,
Pause the video,
2.
find it. It's very complex, but maybe you achieve it. Yeah, Max, you did it. Even under time pressure. You found this. I'm not sure if I would have found it on my own, but you did. This is next. Bei Zugzwang.
Yeah. So this is next. Oh, no, I don't want to screenshot anything.
You just have to look out for all the different color complexes. If this Centuria is on the dark hexes, then you just have to cover all gray and light hexes around the Tribune, and then you're fine. And you did.
Yeah, and so, by the way, these diagonal units are very good for fighting this unit, as he can walk diagonally.
Yeah.
And we might as well get to the goodbye
Yeah, and
screen.
this was kind of an instruction video, what you did there, but you did it in a real game. Hunting down a Centuria in a very good way. So I bow my head. And well, thanks to all of you out there for participating in this video. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, then yeah, subscribe, give us a like, ring the bell, share it with your friends, and maybe play Tribun on your own. Print out the files below the video, or take the link to the tabletop simulator to play the original version online. You can play against a PC if you want to. And that's it for now, and I would say see you soon.
On Tribun.